I am so excited because as soon as I'm done with this conscious coffee and I get it posted everywhere and I get it sent out in my newsletter to all my awesome peeps there and all that good stuff, I am off to Dallas to go get my hair done. Been busy working and had an awesome walk with Addison Bell this morning bright and early, and then work, and now off to go get hair done as soon as this conscious coffee's done. And I'm really excited because you see this blue and this purple, and I know guys who watch me, I'm sorry, this is a little girl shit right here, but that's just the way it is. I'm a girl, and I do girl shit, and one of the girl shit things is like hair and playful hair colors. And I just decided that I was going to do one more playful hair color thing, and then going after this run, I'll go back to my boring old blonde. Yeah, because blondes don't have fun, right? No, I'm going to be my 5-year-old son, Rowan. He absolutely loves Barbies. And he is as boy as they come, like warrior kid. Like he's like, I kill you. And he's all about, superheroes and battles and all this kind of stuff. And, pirates and dinosaurs and you name it. But the boy loves roses and he loves Barbies. And his favorite, when he saw that I had blue and purple in my hair, he was like, Mommy, you're like a mermaid. And then we were at the store and he's like, I want to buy a mermaid Barbie. Can we buy a mermaid Barbie? So we were looking for mermaid Barbies and we find the mermaid Barbie, tail and all. And he's like, oh, yeah. And he's so excited. And he looks at her hair, and her hair is hot pink, royal purple, and bright blue. And then he looks at me with utter disgust. And he's just like, Mom, you totally fucked this up. How did you not know that Barbie has pink in her hair? You don't have pink in your hair. There's something wrong. And he looked at me. He's like, Mom, you don't have pink in your hair. You need pink in your hair. You need to go back and you need to get pink in your hair now. And I told him, I said, well, I had just gotten my hair done at that point. And I was like, I'm not going back and getting pink in my hair right now. But now I'm due for roots and getting rid of my gray hair that we don't talk about. And, and freshening up and deciding on, if I want to do pink in my hair. So I'm doing pink and purple and blue so that I can officially look like Mermaid Barbie. So yeah. Isn't that playful? Isn't that fun? Isn't it just fun? And that's why I color my hair different colors, and that's why I put the streaks in there, is because it's fun. It's playful. It is, it's easy. It's enjoyable. There is just an ease and flow around it. And a lot of people, when we grow up, we go, oh, I'm grown up now. I have to look like this, appear like this, act like this, have this job, talk like this, walk like this, sit like this, do this, and I cannot have fun. Play becomes obsolete in our adult lives. And that's sad. It is so sad. And that is why so many people are because we all know that I love the F word, but that's why everybody's so fucked up, in my opinion. That just is. Maybe, it's my opinion. Take it or leave it. What do I know? I only work with thousands and thousands of people on these issues every single fucking day of the week. But I can tell you that what I see over and over again that people come to me with, outside of trauma and outside of creating drama in their life and dealing with the shame and the programs of our past, is that one of the things that they are the most shameful around, and one of the things that they have the most programs wrapped around outside of, and it even comes into their sex and their finances, because those are the two biggest topics, right, that I consistently deal with, is sex and finances with people. Nobody makes enough money, has enough sex, nobody has the best sex that they're wanting. People are not with the people that they want to be with, or they're with the people that they want to be with, but it's not working the way they want it to work, and their bank accounts are struggling, and they're struggling here, and then they start to have body image issues, and they start to have all this kind of stuff, and they just get into this rut, and they have a lot of shame about the life that they're living, or the life that they're existing in, right? And one of the biggest things that I end up working with people on is around play, to be playful. What does that mean? It means to fucking enjoy your life, to have fun, because guess what? Fun and ease. Do you know what these two things are? Fun and ease manifest come to you even quicker. It makes it actually want to come to you. Energy is playful. Energy does not want to be stagnant. Energy does not, imagine if the blood in your veins decided to be stagnant. Would you continue to live? No, you would not. That's called a blood clot, right? And then if we get a blood clot, what happens when the blood clots in our veins? Bad stuff, right? Like we're not dealing with good things at all when our blood starts clotting. And if our energy starts getting clotted up, well, we don't deal with good things as well. There's a hummingbird outside. So my topic today is just on that: fun, ease, and risk, because it's really risky to enjoy your life. It's really risky to have fun in your life. It's really risky to go against the grain and to not do what everybody that you see and connect with is doing. And that causes a lot of turbulence, just like concern of like, oh my gosh, will I be abandoned by my community, by my family, by my lover, by my children, by my friends, by whoever? Are they going to start, what are they going to be thinking about me? How are they going to perceive me? Am I a good person if I'm having fun? My ex, my youngest two's dad, a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, whatever it's been, him and I had the same discussion. I think I brought this up in a conscious coffee recently too, but him and I had the same discussion around fun, and he was really upset with my parenting. Now, granted, not that I say that I know more just because I have 7 children. I've been in this parenting game for 26 years already, but I have just a little bit of experience. And he even when him and I were together, I was doing a lot of, like the connected parenting and all that kind of stuff with the kids. And he relied on me for different things. And so we had this discussion around play and fun, and he literally ripped into me in an email about the fact that he does not agree with that I allow the children to have fun, that I focus in on fun, and that's not, in his words, that's not how life works, and you know it. And my response to him was, last time I checked, to thrive in life does not mean that you have to suffer, because suffering would not be thriving, right? And when you look out into this world, the majority of people are suffering. They're not thriving, and it's because they've lost fun. It's because they've lost play. It's because they're not tapped into ease and flow in their life, and they're not tapped into it in any category. Maybe one or two every now and then it pops up, but what, they have to go get drunk to experience, they have to go do drugs to experience it, they have to do different things to actually tap into it. They can't just have it on a day-to-day basis. And as I explained to him, I was like, my life is abundant. My life is thriving. I have created a lifestyle that supports fun, that supports connection, that supports to be the ability to have do and be and have. And I refuse to teach my children any other way, because I believe that we are all, each and every one of us, you included, that we are all supposed to be living abundant, thriving lives that have exactly what we want happening in them, that we should have phenomenal relationships. We should be having phenomenal sexual relationships. We should be having phenomenal relationships with God, with the divine. We should be so filled by the Creator's touch that it just comes to us as just as the wind blows, like you should be able to walk outside and feel the Creator move through you just by watching the wind blow through a tree. You should just have this overwhelming interconnected feeling there. We should be able to have thriving in our bank accounts, abundance in our bank accounts. We shouldn't be struggling and worrying if we're paying our power, or if we're going to make the rent or our car payment, or where the food's coming from, or can we pay for a dentist or a doctor or what have you, or school clothes, all the back to school stuff that's going on, and finally a lot of places are kind of starting to open up and everything with that. That's not thriving. That is scarcity. that is living in a state of scarcity. That is really coming at it from the glass is half empty. There's not enough to go around. When the truth of the matter is that we are creators. We are creators in everything. And it is our thoughts and our emotions that create the world around us. So if we're focusing in on scarcity and we are committed to scarcity, then no wonder that's exactly what we're getting, right? But if we start to change things around and we start to put our focus in on abundance, in on thriving, and we do this through accessing fun. We do it through accessing fun, because what are the fun thoughts that you think? What are the fun things that you do? What fun things did you do in the last week and over the course of summer? Like, what are those fun things that you've done? And please share in the comments on that. I would love to hear about some of the fun COVID adventures that you've had. My world has been absolutely a blast. I have traveled and I jumped out of an airplane and I had some really romantic times, and I had tons of fun with children and family and friends and just adventures left and right. And it has been such a hustle and bustle experience over the course of the time. What have you been doing? What have you been doing with the last month, 3-4 months of your world? Are you sitting there and are you focused on scarcity and hoping that, once the election comes, then I can let go of this scarcity thinking? Because, that's not going to happen. It's not. No matter who gets into office in the United States or any place else in the world, it does not matter. If we are using this particular moment for support to back up our scarcity thinking, then all we're going to be blessed with is more scarcity. That's it. But if we're focused in on the good stuff, on the abundance, on the enjoyment, the beauty of every one of our lives, then that manifests more beauty. That magnetizes to it more beauty, more fun, more ease, more enjoyment. That's how you get it. It is where you apply your focus. And if you're living with like words, our words matter so much. And I hear people say all the time, I'm working hard at that. I'm working hard at that. Does that sound like fun? Does that sound like it's going to come to you very easily or very quickly? No, it doesn't. It doesn't sound like anything's going to come to you very quickly if you're working hard at that. I'm working hard at that. Yeah, no. How about, I am moving with such ease and flow into exactly the life that I want. Everything comes to me with ease and flow. I don't know how, but it just is. I don't know how, but it just is. It's a beautiful prompt. It's one that I use in my own journaling. I don't know how, but it just is that. Boom, boom, boom. And I write it as though it already is. To daydream. Daydreaming can be extremely fun. And one of the exercises that I give to lots of people is, to just sit out at the park, to take in that wind that I was talking about, watch the wind blow through the trees. Feel yourself completely ignited and intertwined with everything. And then start daydreaming just about one little segment of your life. Don't try to take on the humongous section, okay? And almost as though you are daydreaming a snapshot of a memory. Does that make sense? Daydreaming a snapshot of a memory that you had, but that you're creating right now. And the more you can get into the vibe of that, the more you can get into the flow of that, and you just start to release resistance around what you're wanting, because you're caught in a daydream, because you're caught in fun, in play, in enjoyment. Then guess what? It comes to you, and it comes to you so quickly, so quickly. And this can be done around any subject area in your world. I do suggest that if you're having trouble in one particular subject area, let's say money, right? You got trouble in money, and you're just like, okay, I'm going to daydream about money. Well, if you start daydreaming about money and you've got a lot of resistance because you're stuck in scarcity around, not think about money. Let's think about something else. What can you daydream about that is easy to daydream about? What is fun and playful? Just makes you go, ooh, that's just fun. That's enjoyable. That's cool. Yeah. Maybe you can daydream about travel. Maybe you can daydream about, going shopping. Maybe you can daydream about painting your walls or something in your house, whatever it is. Or maybe you just need to daydream about just relaxing. Find something that has less resistance around it and start practicing daydreaming around that, and watch the rest of your world start to manifest in a much happier, healthier way. But here's the thing. There's risk around it, right? There is massive risk to take 5 minutes a day and to daydream, or to journal with I don't know how, but it just is. I don't know how, but it just is that I have all the love that I desire. I don't know how, but it just is that I have more than enough money in the bank to pay all my bills with plenty left over. I don't know how, but it just is that I love my body. I don't know how, but it just is. What is your I don't know how, but it just is? And notice the resistance around the writing of that, and notice that, because that's that risk that rises up in each and every one of us. It's doubt, it's ego, it is all those old nasty sabotaging programs that have been put in us and that we have freely bought into because we think that that's the way it's supposed to be. Like I said with my ex, who said, that's not the way life works, and you know it. And my argument back to him was, that's not my experience. I'm sorry that that's your experience, but that's not my life experience. So I'm not going to teach that, because your life experience isn't as fun. My life experience is fun, and I want my kids to be abundant and have fun and enjoy this existence, this life existence that they're having. I want you to enjoy this existence that you're having, this moment in time. And you can do that. You can do that by taking that risk and breathing past those doubts that come up and focusing in on something that doesn't have as much resistance to it. Just apply yourself there. Now, I know that many people are like, oh yeah, that sounds so easy. That's so easy. I want to do it. I will do it. I would do anything, right? Addison and I were out walking, and she was telling me about her article yesterday that she put out about I would do anything for love or something like that, or I would do anything for you, or anything to be like the man in the bedroom for you and stuff. And we were laughing about how, we get told this all the time, from people of like, I would do anything for fill in the blank. I would do anything for that, for your dream, right? But as coaches, one thing that we have noticed, and even with Inside Self, some of the things that I've had to overcome is the fact that when we come up to, I would do anything, and then we get presented something that is often so simple, so easy to do, and yet so easy not to do, right? That we start to make excuses as to why we cannot do these things. And the things normally only take seconds or a couple minutes to do. Just a little bit of applied focus. A little shift of doing something just a little bit different, so that you can have everything that you want. But do you know that 99.9% of people will not do it, even when they say, I would do anything? 99.9% of people will not do it. And that is why we have the elite. That is why we have those that stand out in the crowd. That is why we have those that lead our world, because they're willing. They're willing to apply their focus in another direction. And when you see somebody come from the slums and move up in the world, it is because they chose to step into that 1%. And you know what? That happens. And it happens more often than what you might realize. The opportunity that is there for each and every one of us is exactly the same. We came into this world all the same. Maybe our parents have different amounts of, abundance in their life. Some are born into wealth and some into poverty. But at the end of the day, the energy that you conduct from your mind and from your heart, your soul connection, your alignment in this world, has nothing to do with anybody else, or how much money your mommy and daddy has or does not have, or how much trauma you've experienced or you have not experienced, what color your skin is, what your education level is, what your genitalia says, or which way you want to use it. None of that has anything to do with your soul alignment. That's a choice that we each get to make. And our soul alignment is the most personal thing that we have in life. And it is the most important thing as well. So if you're struggling in any area and you're pointing fingers and blaming whatever and looking for support from media and government and society and your neighbors and your mom and your dad and your brother and your sister and your bestie and your pastor and everything, I want you to know it's all bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. Because all that matters is where you're vibing at. The thoughts that you're thinking, the feelings that you're having, and how you are choosing to support yourself or to sabotage yourself. So, fun, ease, and risk. If you want to live that abundant fuck yes life that I talk about and that I do live and I consistently share with you guys all the time, guess what? That requires you to take a risk. It requires you to breathe in, access your truth outside of everything that you've been fed and purchased from the rest of the world, and to really truly get to know yourself and risk actually doing it. Risk actually saying yes and not being part of the 99.9% of this world any longer. And that's scary. It is. It feels like you're out there floating in a sea all by yourself because there's not very many of us out there. But when you do bump into your people out there in that sea, and it's the most beautiful connection, an absolutely divine connection that ignites your soul, and you build that community right there. And you can have it, but it requires you to truly want it and to mean I would do anything for it. And to know that that comes through fun. And fun is easy. And if it's not easy, then it's not fun. And if you're really wanting to build it, tap into that fun. Look at where the fun is and pay attention to how you're trying to force yourself into the areas of things that you have so much resistance and you're trying to manhandle and push and shove on and force to have happen when your belief and your desire are not in alignment. Okay, guys, on that note, awesome local peeps, I have an awesome sex magic workshop in the Dallas-Fort Worth area this month. You'll see a link in the comments section. Everybody else, know that I have some absolutely phenomenal stuff that's getting ready to kick out. I'm going to be doing Ass Kickery Month. This is going to be a 4-week session where you get me to kick your ass, because 2020 has been such an ass kickery for so many people. It's been kicking everybody's butt. I decided just this morning, I was like talking to Asin about it and stuff, and I was like, I'm going to do this. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to name it. It's going to be an ass kickery. And so that's what we're going to call it. It's the ass kickery. Okay. So it's going to be 4 private sessions with me available globally. This is going to be done either through Facebook Live, Messenger, Zoom. Okay, and I'm going to give you 4 weeks of kicking your butt around one particular subject area that you are really challenged in, something that you are extremely challenged in. You just can't let go of. You keep getting hooked up on it no matter what. You keep coming back to it and you're just like, oh, what do I do with this? How do I release the resistance of this? And I'm going to go in there and help you unhook yourself from the anchor that you've got yourself attached to so that you can actually release yourself, move forward, transform, and have a fucking phenomenal fall and go into 2021 a whole new person where, yeah, you'll stop just existing and you'll start living the fuck yes. So look for details to come out on that soon. But yeah, local people, the Sex Magic Workshop, I've got 4 spots available for that. Still, it is going to be a dynamic workshop where, guess what we're talking about? We're talking about sex. We're talking about manifestation. Yes, that's law of attraction. How to pull your orgasm into this divine, absolutely yummy expression to heighten the potential of you calling down your blessings from the divine. So let me work with you on that. That is the local event. And as always, everybody, know that you're worthy of that fuck yes life. I mean, you've got to step in and you've got to claim it. You've got to make it happen. You've got to step out of the 99%. You got to get into the 1%. Okay. You got to own it for yourself. You got to want it for yourself more than anything. You got to want it so much that you're willing, get this, ready, wait for it, to change. You got to be willing to change. Okay. I love you guys. I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. As always, stop existing, start living. And I will see you tomorrow.